Hi everyone, welcome back to Got Our Paperback, and I'm extremely excited about today's video because I have not one, not two, not three, not four, actually four. Yeah, sorry, I lost the count there. I have four books to discuss with you guys today, and they're all related to better well-being, mental health, healing, and finding comfort in the unknown, basically. And these are the books that actually helped me uh, through my healing, through my mental health and mental well-being. And I really wanted to share what I really loved about these. Okay, so I'm going to start one by one, and I'm going to do a little bit of book reading also. I will read a part of the book that I really liked, which will like give you the essence of the book, and it will make you want to read it, because these are worth reading if you're going through a tough time or have gone through a tough time in your life, and it will actually provide you comfort. Okay, I promise. Because they are beautifully written and they are relatable, and yeah, they are made or written, created for the modern world. uh, I know, I understand that our lifestyles are very fast paced, and to actually focus on your healing, you need to slow down a little bit. And for that, these books can help you. Okay, these books can help you slow down mentally and actually make you focus on the real things in life for a while, even if you have a very busy schedule. So let's get into it. Let me start with my favorite authors recent publish. Okay, recent as in it was released in October 2023. Yeah, I remember, and I got it the day it was released. So I have the first ever cover edition. So I have this habit of underlining everything I really like. I have read this one a lot, and it is not in a very good condition right now because used, but I really love it. So the author is Alan de Botton, and he's a British author and my favorite author of all time. I mean, so far I've read many, but I really love the way of his writing. I almost have all of his books. Okay, I started with The Art of Travel. Then I read many more of his books, because this person, this writer, this amazing philosopher, I would say, connects uh, everyday things with life and its meaning and the essence of it, and it's just beautiful to read. Sometimes he writes a little bit in a very complicated and deep way, which will be difficult to understand sometimes, but if you keep reading, and you will understand his way of writing. It's kind of genius to me. So this is the book, A Therapeutic Living, Lessons from the School of Life. The School of Life is actually his own organization, or you can say retreat or facility or brand that he only created for mental well-being of many people. So I got to know it later. By the way, I'm not promoting it. This is not a paid partnership. Of course, it would be a dream if it will ever be, but I'm just telling you what it is written on the book. Okay, so this book is my favorite book when it comes to being a partner in your healing journey. Okay, and I'm going to read just a snippet of it. It comes in the beginning of the book, and you will get why I love this book. And if you're going through a tough time, you should read this one. Okay, for a long time, we may cope well enough. We make it to work every morning. We give pleasant summaries of our lives to friends. We smile over dinner. We aren't totally balanced, but there's no good way of knowing how difficult things might be for other people, and what we might have a right to expect in terms of contentment and peace of mind. We probably tell ourselves to stop being self indulgent and redouble our efforts to feel worthy through achievement. We are probably world experts in not feeling sorry for ourselves. Decades may pass. It's not uncommon for the most serious mental conditions to remain undiagnosed for half a lifetime. We simply don't notice that we are beneath the surface, chronically anxious, filled with self loathing, and close to overwhelming despair and rage. This too simply ends up feeling normal. Until one day, finally, something triggers a collapse. It might be a crisis at work, a reversal in our career plans, or a mistake we have made over a task. It might be a romantic failure, someone leaving us, or a realization that we are profoundly unhappy with a partner we had thought would be our long-term future. Alternatively, we feel mysteriously exhausted and sad to the extent that we can't face anything anymore, even a family meal or a conversation with a friend. Or we are stuck by unmanageable anxiety around everyday challenges, like addressing our colleagues or going into a shop. We are swamped by a sense of doom and imminent catastrophe. We sob uncontrollably. We are in a mental crisis. This is what might come next. And then a chapter comes called Breakdown. So basically, this book begins by giving words to all our feelings, all of our sufferings, all of our struggles in everyday life. And it moves towards how it can help us, feel better about ourselves, heal, what will contribute to our healing, and so on and so forth. I personally feel heavy again after reading this part because it's extremely relatable, and you don't expect what you would, read in this book. You will be surprised by how accurate it is to so many people. That is why I love this book, and it just not talks about the problems only. It also talks about what can help us, and like little things, community, love, relationships, friends, ourselves, how we can help ourselves, so many things. And that is why it is like one of my favorite books of all time, and I keep going to it back and forth. Okay, so I recommend you read this one, and also reach out to someone you really trust if you're going through a tough time. This video is turning out to be a little sadder and too real than I expected when I began, and it's gonna be a long one. But I think in life we really should have these kind of moments when it comes to our feelings and emotions, because they are equally necessary, just like the happy and joyful moments in life. Okay, so I think this is an important conversation, I guess, for me as well, because I always wanted to share these few books that actually touched my heart and helped me heal. And just now I have decided to not share with you one book. I'll share it later. I want to move towards a positive sense. Okay, by the way, this is not a negative book. If what comes through, I'm sorry if it comes through that, but it really like touches my heart a lot, because I've gone through many tough times myself, and whenever I read this book I kind of recall it and it makes me like remember everything that I've gone through. But we have come a long way, aren't we? Haven't we? My grammar, anyway, and reading books. Anyway, so let's move on to the next one, which is a book which is short and sweet by nature, but it doesn't look short and sweet. It's like this thick. I think you must have read it. Okay, it's called The Comfort Book by Matt Haig. He is also the author of The Midnight Library, which I also am going to talk about later in my videos. And The Comfort Book is basically multiple chapters, short chapters about the things that bring us comfort in tough times. And it is actually a beautiful, cute read. If you would, you can just carry it in your bag, or maybe just read one chapter in a day, and you can finish it. Like, how many pages are there? In 300 days, if you read one page, I mean. Otherwise, I think this is a book that you can read in like 2 days also. It's like small chapters, and you can read it, and it will actually give you a smile on your face, make you feel extremely relatable, and actually make you feel comforted. Okay, which is why the title, like, it fits perfectly. The Comfort Book. It will give you comfort for sure. And I'm going to read just one small chapter that actually will give you the gist of how comforting this book can be, okay? So the chapter's heading is Resting is Doing. I chose this one because I really love resting. People always tell us that resting is not for the hustlers, for the most productive ones. If you want to be someone and achieve something, you have to hustle, you have to work hard, and you have to lose sleep. But on the contrary, I have always been a huge supporter of sleeping on time, sleeping well, and resting during the day, and or whenever your body feels like you want to rest. Even if you're too fatigued or too busy, you should like have the right to rest, okay? And that's why I chose this one. Resting is doing. You don't need to be busy. You don't need to justify your existence in terms of productivity. Rest is an essential part of survival, an essential part of us, an essential part of being the animals we are. When a dog lies in the sun, I imagine it does it without guilt. Because as far as I can tell, dogs seem more in tune with their own needs. As I grow older, I think that resting might actually be the main point of life. To sit down passively, inside or outside, and merely absorb things: the tick of a clock, a cloud passing by, the distant hum of traffic, a bird singing, can feel like an end in itself. It can actually feel and be more meaningful than a lot of stuff we are conditioned to see as productive. Just as we need pauses between notes for music to sound good, and just as we need punctuation in a sentence for it to be coherent, we should see rest and reflection and passivity and even sitting on a sofa as an intrinsic and essential part of life that is needed for the whole to make sense. Just like I said, it's a comfort book. So, yeah, I hope you guys choose this and read it. And if you have already read it, put a heart in the comments for this one. It's a beautiful one, okay? And so far we have talked about this and this, okay? Now, on to the next. May also have been your read already. It's called Zen, the Art of Simple Living. So, since we are on the topic of mental health and healing, I chose this book because it does have things or phrases or practices that can just make us realize that we are either on the right track or on the wrong one, or we can change our paths as well when it comes to healing. Because in no way we were meant to suffer and be sad all the time, right? And be anxious. Of course, the worldly desires and responsibilities made us this way. But it is also possible to just be bored once in a while and just be with yourself and learn to live the way our parents used to live and just relax. That's all we need to do sometimes, you know. So this is a book that may give you one perspective on that. It's written by Shunmyo Masuno. I hope I pronounce it right. It's a Japanese author, and it is a best-selling one. So for this, as you can see, I actually read it like many years ago, like in 2018, along with Ikigai that I shared with you guys earlier. So I have the sticky notes, one few of the things that I liked, I guess. So I'm gonna just choose one of the sticky note chapters or one of the phrases to read. I think I have used the sticky notes on the pages where there are practices that I can do. The first one is discard what you don't need. It's basically about decluttering your space, your home, and of course, your mind. So there are a lot of practices that will help in simple living, the art of simple living, it's called, right? So it all comes from decluttering first, and it begins with your mind, I guess. When you declutter your mind, a lot of things fall into place. So I hope you guys try that. And if you are reading any of the book that are helping you in your healing journey, please do share it with me in the comments and with anyone watching. And I hope you guys give these a read. They are really like worth reading if you are on that journey. That's it for today's video. And if you are someone who has read any of these books or all of them by any chance and they helped you in your healing journey, please do let me know. I would really love to know that, because it will make me feel like we are like similar people, because we are in many ways. And so, yeah, thank you so much for joining and watching. And I hope that you are currently reading a book that you really like. And let me know whichever book you're reading right now. And I'll see you in the next one. And I'm going to share a lot of videos in the future, a lot of books with you guys. So please hit subscribe. And if you like the video, hit like. That's all I know. So thanks for joining in again. I'll see you next time. Namaste.